Welcome to another episode of Sports and Songs. I'm your host, Dan. We've got Andy here with us. How you doing, Andy?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. It's May 8th, Andy. Mother's Day. A happy Mother's Day to everyone out there.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day.
We're on season 3, episode number 25, and this is the sports segment tonight. We've got football, baseball, NHL,
hockey,
high school sports. I don't have anything for NBA tonight. Do you?
I got one little NBA nugget that I thought was kind of fun. And so we'll
That's
hit that
all.
there.
We got the Wild versus the Blues. Minnesota Twins winning three straight over Oakland this weekend.
Yeah. The A's it's one of those teams where, they may be bad, but two of the games were 1-0, so they weren't like easy wins, but a win is a win.
All three were one-run games. Now, I do have a trivia question today.
Okay. Fire away.
It ties into Target Field. Today's game, if you were watching, or if you were there was a pregame celebration.
All right.
Ceremony before the game started on the field. Who did the Twins represent? Who do they, what's the word I'm looking for? Who do they feature for the on-field pregame ceremony today? What group was featured? And I'll make a hint. I will make a hint. It had nothing to do with Mother's Day. So scroll that out of your nothing to do with Mother's Day. But it is a good trivia question. We'll come back to it.
Okay. All right.
So think about that. Before each game, there's 81 home games in a season at Target Field. They feature a different group to come out on the field before the games. Today was a special one. I'll just leave it at that.
All right.
Go ahead, sir, with your sports.
So we got there. I'm thinking a little bit here now.
Perfect. Oh, there we go. A little clip art.
There we go. A little clip art. Our friends in the clip art department. The Happy Mother's Day.
Good job by the art department there. That's good.
Yes. Kevin and Stephanie over in the art department. Yes.
Good staff over there with Steph.
Yes. Go for baseball. Don't have today's results against Nebraska, but they were split the first two. If you look at their record, we're just kind of waiting for the season to end and hope no one gets hurt.
Ouch.
Their truth hurts sometimes, but that's the way it is with them. They've had a great team last couple of years. This hasn't been their thing ever since COVID, really. And I'm not blaming COVID, but just timeline-wise since that point.
Historically, they're a very good team historically.
Right.
So
that's
it's
where
down a couple of years. It's all it is.
Bison baseball, like we said last week, the boys from Fargo were heading to Miami to play number 5 Miami.
Okay, how'd they do?
Not well. Lost 22-0 on one day. Lost 16-1, and I didn't get the results from today because I couldn't stand to watch to see.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're playing the 5th best team in the nation, a team in the South.
Yep. But they're 25-15 right now. They're doing well. So it's like we were, the Gophers going down there getting beat, but just shows that difference in play. So, but here they end up with Northern Colorado next week. They got 3 Bison land for that. The 3 against Western Illinois at home. And then the Summit League tournament, the tournament for 2022 for the Summit League Baseball Championship, will take place May 25th through 28th at J.L. Johnson Stadium in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The top 4 teams at the conclusion of the regular season advance to the tournament. The winner of the Summit League Championship receives a league's automatic bid for the NCAA. Bison are first right now. They got they're in. I mean, I'm not bragging, but you look at 1, 2, 3 are kind of tight, but South Dakota 8-7 for 4th. Bison are 12-4. They got a top 4 spot locked. That's not an issue with 6 games to go. Not losing sleep. Just where are they going to be ranked is the deal. So those are the Bison, ORU, and Omaha will be in. And South Dakota and St. Thomas might be battling for that 4th spot. Maybe Northern Colorado, but they'd have to get past the Bison, and that ain't happening. Bison softball, the gals, they're in the Summit League tournament. Top 6 teams made it out of 8. The Bunnies are the top seed there. We're in the bottom bracket, so we got to play the Sioux, the Fighting Hawks,
Yes.
And then the winners play ORU there for the 2 seed. So softball tournament going on for the Lady Bison. Beaver baseball. Their season is over at 6-40. Now I only show the top so many teams here, the top 8, because in the Summit League for baseball, it's the top 8 that make it. So, as you see, with a 6-40 record, the Bison were not top 8. And here's the bracket. If you can't read that, it's the Augustana Vikings are the 1 seed at the top there. They'll play the University or UMary. Then it's Minot State and Winona, St. Cloud State, University of Sioux Falls, then Minnesota State, Mankato, and UMD are your 8 teams advancing there. Game starting the 12th, double elimination tournament. We will have the results for you the next week.
Okay, nice. I like that it's single elimination, no series, right?
Yes, it's one game, double elimination tournament, go. Not a best of 3.
Love it.
Crown College, the UMAC Conference. Crown off to 24-12 right now. They got doubleheader coming up Monday against Augsburg. And that will wrap up their season. And now look at their record there. Looks like they've awarded Northwestern the championship already. It says regular season champion. So even though we got 2 games left, it could get a better record. I'm not going to get into that right now. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, they've already awarded Northwestern the title. The 2022 UMAC Baseball Tournament will be held Thursday through Saturday, 12th through the 14th, at the location of the number 1 seed. The championship for the 4-team double elimination tournament. The tournament champion will receive the conference's automatic bid for the 2022 NCAA Tournament or championship. So, go Crown College. Northwestern, like we said on there before, has a good team too. So those 2 should be, hopefully, those 2 will be our rep. Double elimination tournament like the other Summit one is.
Okay.
And here's our schedule: 2 and 3 and 1 and 4. We're playing the 12th. You know how double elimination goes. It's hard to read without getting tongue twisted, so let's leave it up here for those of you on YouTube to look at it. Loser of game, winner game. Yeah, it's hard to follow along when someone else reads it, so I'll leave it there for a little bit for those to watch. Again, it's on the UMAC website or Crown College's website, and this will be posted to our Facebook later in the week too when the tournament starts, when we actually have names of schools to plug in there.
Yep.
College Baseball Hub on Instagram. I got these next 2 slides from them. They're a pretty good follow if you enjoyed the college baseball D1, 2, 3, and the NAIA all baseball college stuff. We've got this on our Facebook page too. Just May and June, all different conferences starting the 12th through most of June. There's college baseball going on. A lot of it's the D1, the regionals and the World Series for that, but if you love college baseball, this is your time, May and June. Your NCAA.org will have a lot of game times on it. To follow the games online, or you can follow your certain teams on their websites for their games as well, like I will be. So Major League stuff here. Miggy, as we call him, our friend Miggy. Players with 3,000 hits, 500 homers, and 600 doubles. Hank Aaron, Albert Pujols, and Miggy, and that's it. That
is unreal.
I'm surprised Bonds is not in that category, to tell you the truth. I really am, because of the doubles. I would have bet the farm and the animals he was on that list.
That's only 3. Okay.
That's the only 3 guys there. That's it. Boom. 3 done. And
how many hits did Bonds have?
I don't know, but I thought he would have had the 600 doubles for sure.
Well, he may have the 600 doubles. And the home runs, probably just missing the hits, I bet. The 2022 Reds are threatening the 1962 Mets historic record of the Mets finishing 40 and 120 for the worst record ever. Ooh.
The 2003 Tigers came close at 43 and 119. They went on a 6-game winning streak at the end of the year there. Did it. But right now, the Reds are on pace to finish 20 and 142. And here's the thing. After 4 games this year, the Reds were 2-2. They have like 3 wins right now in the year.
So after 4 games, they're on pace to go 81-81.
Yeah.
But now the tide has turned.
Yeah, that's right. Over the weekend, the Mets had a nice little game with the Phillies where they were down 7-0 going into the 9th. Probability of the Mets winning that game was at, the Phillies were at like 99.9% to win. And the Mets were 0-330 after trailing by 6 or more runs after 9 innings, but that all changed on Thursday night.
Wow.
On my personal page, on our page, I don't care who you are. You come back from 6-0, 7-0 in the 9th, and you win. That's awesome to watch.
That is unreal.
They came back. Now here's the Mets record as of the games today with a doubleheader split. Mets are 6 games up.
Are they the first 20-game winner now?
Yes, they are. But there's the predictions from some of those people, not me. Had Atlanta at 94 wins, the Mets at 89 wins. Some had both teams having 90 wins, plus wins. So if you look at the picks, they had the Mets 5 games back. Right now, the Mets have a 6-game lead on the Braves. That's an 11-game swing according to the predictions. And look how tight that division was. They picked the Braves at 94 wins, Mets at 89, Philadelphia 87 wins. Right now, the Mets are the only team above 500 in that division.
Yeah, they start beating each other up when they play each other.
They played each other early, and that's what happens. I mean, and that's how you get ahead. But just wow, right there. And at one site, they still gave the Phillies like a 25% chance of making the playoffs at this point, based on schedule. But yeah, they're there, the Mets. Now the Twins are in the same boat. Until this weekend, they were the only team above 500. But then the White Sox got to play the Red Sox, so that's kind of unfair. But they swept them. But the Twins were supposed to have 83 wins and finish 7 games behind the White Sox. Well, they got a 3-game lead on them out. That's a 10-game swing. They picked the Tigers to be 80-82. They're 8-19. Preseason picks in baseball are the hardest thing to do. Like I said at the beginning of the year, the Angels and Cardinals both won the Arizona and Florida leagues. I said neither one will hit the playoffs. Right now, the Angels are in first place, so I'm batting 500 on that one. So, but yeah, so their preseason picks mean nothing, especially in baseball. The New York Mets, speaking of them with all their stuff, I think they have some issues coming up. You look at all these roster moves coming up, with the exception of one, it's all pitching. Guys are going down. Yeah, we threw that 5-man no-hitter last week. Lots of pitching moves going on. We still don't know about DeGrom when he's coming back. So they better get this big lead now and hope they stay healthy and smoke and mirrors and get it done. The Kentucky Derby was the other day. Rich Strike won the Kentucky Derby at an 80-1 odds. Right now, the New York Jets have 81-1 odds to win the AFC.
Wow, so that'd be the equivalent.
That'd be the equivalent to put it in our little 4-sport world of baseball, football, hockey, basketball. That'd be like if the Jets won the AFC this year.
Okay, interesting. I like it.
The USFL made one little rule change this week, effective immediately. The clock will continue to run after incomplete passes in the first and third quarters of games. The clock will stop for incomplete passes on second and fourth.
Oh, really? I did not hear this.
They were complaining about games going too long. This keeps them under 3 hours. So first and third quarter, it's going to be like college where the clock runs. Second and fourth, it will be like normal or like pro football. So first and third quarter, the clock will continue to run on incomplete passes. Now that might change how you.
So do they do that in college? Did you say?
College used to be where the clock the clock wouldn't stop on. In college, the clock used to stop on first downs, so it was like a free timeout.
Okay. Yep.
But now it continuously runs. Now,
but they're going to run it on
last year. College does stop on
incomplete passes. You know why I bet that is? There's a couple teams that all they do is pass, and some of these games are running
taking too
very long.
Okay. So now change your play calling with a minute to go. You might as well run it. What the hell?
You're right.
So that'll be kind of interesting to watch those. NHL, this is just the upper bracket of the West Conference. I'm not going to show all of it here. The Wild did lose today, so they're tied 2-2 with the Blues. If they win, they will go on to, as it looks like right now, face Colorado. They got 3-love lead or 3-0 lead over Nashville. But the Wild lost today, and they will play again Tuesday back here, I think.
Yep.
One little NBA nugget I want to throw out here. These guys you see on the screen, you got Kareem, you got Kobe Bryant, Hakeem Dream Olajuwon, Elijah Wan, Chris Paul, Kevin Garnett, Michael Jordan, Tim Duncan, and the glove, Gary Payton. Only players in history with 9 All-NBA and at least 9 All-Defensive Team.
Oh, really? Okay.
Now, you notice, with the exception of Kobe, you don't see a lot of current players on there. Chris Paul, too, is current because everybody's all or nothing. And it's a nice spread. You got the Dream and you got Kareem, were both centers. Duncan and KG were both power forwards. The glove and Chris Paul were guards. Kobe Bryant and Jordan played the 2 or 3. So it wasn't one position dominating to do both. They were all great players at all different positions. You don't see LeBron's name on this list. You don't see Kevin Durant's name on this list, all your current superstars. And you never will because it's all or nothing for a lot of these guys.
Interesting. That's a good little note there.
Well, it's like all sports. How it's hard to compare guys from Jordan's era, Garnett, the Dream, all those guys, to today's players. The game has changed in all sports. You can't compare the 27 Yankees to the 86 Mets. It doesn't work. You can't take Gretzky's teams with the Oilers and compare them to whatever Tampa Bay Lightning the last few years were on a run. Game has changed. The game is different. It's just how it goes, as they say, which is kind of the fun part of sports. When you can have those debates with people. You know, the one debate I love to have with people, they keep saying, well, who's better, Jordan or LeBron? And a lot of guys at Jordan school, he's got 6 rings, he's better. Robert Horry has 8. Phil Jackson has 10. So take the number of rings argument out of it. Ernie Banks, one of the greatest shortstops of all time. No rings.
Yep.
You know, so don't. Jim Rice for the Red Sox. He'd be on my all-70s baseball team and no rings. Don Mattingly. Mark Grace for first base, all 80s. Grace didn't get hits in the 90s with the Arizona Diamondbacks. But so number of rings does not mean your greatness in sports. But I didn't have high school stuff up here. I will have something on Tuesday, I hope. I know Dan and some of the interns have been working on the Sports and Songs 3000 mobile studio for me to do stuff with. So I'll be picking that up this week, and I'll do some baseball updates on the standings. I had in rankings were still from the 22nd, so nothing was updated yet on the Star Tribune site, and a couple of other sites I looked at weren't updated enough for my liking. So I had score updates, like all these teams have lost, and they're still high ranked. I better wait till I get something fresher on Tuesday or Wednesday to look at and go from there.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, like you said earlier, with the NCAA Division 1, 2, and 3, the baseball playoffs that are taking on the conference championships coming up around the corner, the NCAA.
You think some of those slow college basketball when March Madness starts are fun to watch? I said Crown College with the MAC tournament, the Summit League tournaments. Those are fun because look at how the Bison are doing against Miami. So they know in their Summit tournament that's really their championship. That's their bragging rights. So that means a lot more to them than someone like Miami. Oh, if they win their division, oh, well, we're still 5th seed. We'll still make the big tournament. Who cares? You know, these other schools, they need to win. So that's important to them.
Interesting stuff. And so that's all college. Pro basketball, women's.
Yeah.
The Lynx got beat in the season opener. They went out to Seattle, played the Storm. And so their season's just getting underway now. That'll be fun to watch. The USFL, like you said, not the rule change, but they've just completed their 4th week. It's a 10-week season, so they're 40% of the way through the year. those playing fantasy football for the USFL, myself included, it's an 8-week season. We're already halfway through right now, and then you use week 9 and 10 for your 2 weeks rounds of playoffs. So that's going fast as well. Baseball, Major League, you're 30 games in now, so that is pretty good as well. All right, I got a trivia answer.
All right, I think I got it.
Have any ideas?
Repeat the question.
Target Field.
Yep.
Today before the Twins game. Every home game they'll celebrate some team or event or some person or something before the game on an on-field ceremony. Who was it for today? Mother's Day. It had nothing to do with Mother's Day.
Was it the Vec family? Because the Saints have 30 years in and they're minor league team now. So was it the Vec family? Is that who they had out there?
It's a good answer. This is their 30th year. The answer, I think you'll be proud to know this, is the NDSU Bison, National Football Champions. They were celebrated before the game, the big horns, Bison, before the game for the National Title Championship there for the FCS and in football. So a lot of Bison fans are at that game, and the Twins are playing the Oakland A's. So the reason I saw this, there was a lot of green and gold.
Yeah.
Doing that at the field, and the broadcasters thought maybe there were a lot of Oakland A's fans with the green, but no, it was the Bison faithful that were there at Target Field.
The A's fans don't travel well.
They don't travel well.
No.
Kentucky Derby, that was pretty good as well. But now with the nicer weather this last week, we saw a big uptick in a lot of games now for amateur town ball. This whole first weekend, I think most everyone now has got at least a game in. And
I was at the Watertown Red Devils game today, so yep.
They went to the state finals last year.
Second place.
They got beat in one of the best games in town ball championship history.
This close. Was it 11 innings or 12 innings that game went?
I think it was 11-inning ball game. One of the best. So they're going to be a team to watch. Anyone in the Crow River is going to be good to watch here as well. I haven't gone to any games yet. And the over 35, the men's federal league in the state of Minnesota is underway too. Most teams have gotten one game under their belt already for the over 35, and that's another strong season here and they play in May, June, and then May, June, and July, and then they wrap up in August. Town ball wraps up in September, Labor Day weekend, and all that fun stuff. So that's all I've got here for sports for today. Anything else on your end?
No, I know high school sports are kind of wrapping up with the school season ending. So, their state tournaments are coming up pretty soon for baseball, high school baseball. Have that on midweek special here. See how those teams are all going there, doing well. I hope everybody stays healthy on those. Just one other thing about hockey. Like I said, college hockey going on. They're doing the portal transfer like football. So hockey, you're seeing a lot of guys changing around too. So if you follow college hockey, again, look at the NCAA website.org. A lot of these guys hitting the transfer portal, they call it. So football and hockey, a lot of guys doing that, and some in basketball. I'm not a fan of it. You signed up to play there 4 years, son. You're playing there 4 years. That's my opinion, but
it's gotten tricky. It's almost like a free agent pool now.
Yeah, and you have no call on either. So really, if you're down between two schools, and you want to play at Minnesota or Iowa. Well, I'll play Minnesota first. I don't like it here. I'm going to Iowa. Speaking of Iowa, promised I wouldn't say this, but I shared it on Twitter earlier today. Hopefully, friend of the show, Monica Sassano. Big Monica from Watertown.
Oh, yes.
Was at the Hawkeye baseball game today to throw out the first pitch.
Oh, really?
Just a bit outside.
Monica.
Oh, where the catcher's at.
So now she's
going to be a fifth-year senior.
Okay, she's going to come back one more year, fifth-year senior. Okay.
Yep. So Monica went out there to throw that first pitch, and
it sailed a little. Okay.
Got away from her. So good thing she went basketball, not softball.
Yes.
So proving she made the right call.
Exactly.
Not second-guessing herself on that fifth year.
That'll be fun to watch. That'll be, if you want to get season tickets to anyone, if you're down in that Iowa area, Iowa
Hawkeye basketball.
Yeah, Iowa City. that would be the thing to do for that season, for the winter season, to watch that women's team next year.
That's right.
That'll be good. All right, that's all I got for today, and enjoy your week, everybody.
See you Thursday.
See you Thursday.